Road that skirts the western side of Stone Pond here in Marlborough, New Hampshire is, as you see, called Kershaw Avenue. The Kershaws were the owners of the grandest summer home on the pond. They called it Marywood. 35 years they summered here. Arrived in 1916. Francis Kershaw died in 1930. That's Francis's grave right there. Justine, his wife, Kershaw, passed away in 1951. She was 89, and that's her grave right there. It was Francis Kershaw who, in 1926, had St. Francis Chapel constructed here on the shores of the pond. We don't know if he chose the saint because it was his name as well. It could be. Francis Kershaw was a piece of work. He was the lord of the manor, as it were, and he acted accordingly, right down to a waxed mustache and a fake put-on English accent. And in that time, around the First World War, people tolerated such behavior, even expected it. Francis was also very handsome and charming. However, Francis's wife, Justine, she was the one with the money. Her maiden name was Houghton. Her father, Henry Oscar Houghton, was the co-founder of Houghton Mifflin Publishing, so she had bucks. He was also the mayor of Cambridge, Massachusetts. Had 3 daughters and a son, Henry Jr., Elizabeth, Alberta, and Justine. And it was Alberta who induced Justine and Francis to purchase Marywood. At the time, Alberta already owned property adjacent to the pond over on the Dublin side. And in the end, Alberta resided with her sister and her husband, and the 2 sisters remained together even after Francis's death in 1930. Justine, by the way, was as haughty as her husband, but she was more practical, centered, also smarter, richer, bigger. After Francis died, the 2 women relied on the chauffeur to do practical things like repairs and errands and, of course, transportation. The history of Stone Pond does not give the name of the chauffeur, but it does tell the story of his demise. It seems a group of Episcopal ministers held a retreat there at Marywood one summer, and they were the guests of Mrs. Kershaw and her sister, and one of the clergymen swam out to the raft in the pond, and it looked a little odd. And the Reverend rapped on one of the barrels because it was kind of tilted, and so he unscrewed the cap, and he found not water in the barrel, but booze. A search turned up a false wall in a shed by the lake, and behind that wall, a moonshine still. This was during Prohibition, of course. Well, the chauffeur disappeared that afternoon, never to return. The history of Stone Pond. It's like reading an Agatha Christie mystery.